Okay, I want to welcome everybody to tonight's presentation. Whether or not you are live in somebody's house or somebody's asked you to dial into the Zoom, you're going to be glad that you listened in tonight, because what we're going to share with you today is information about a company that has literally been changing people's lives for the last 30 years. Now, I just want to make sure that everybody's hearing me before I give the presentation. Can you all hear me? Because I'm getting a little bit of feedback on my end. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody, brilliant. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, bring up the presentation, and then I'm going to take you through the information, and then we'll open it up for some questions and answers afterwards. And please feel free. Any question that comes into your head, ask away. The silliest question is the one that you don't ask, basically. Yeah, so write down anything that you need to ask me, and at the end you can fire away. But I'm going to share my screen and I'll get the presentation up. So bear me 1 second. Okay, there you go. Move it down. Okay. Can everybody see that? Give me a thumbs up in the camera if you can see it. Excellent, brilliant. Well, as it says here, nutrition may seem life made rich. Now, we're talking about a company called Reliv International. Now, first of all, let me ask you a couple of questions, and these may be questions that you're asking yourself or you may have asked yourself in the past. And do you want freedom, and what does that mean for you? It could be financial freedom, it could be time freedom, it could be family freedom. Do you want to be in a position where you can actually earn your own money instead of somebody else telling you how much you can make, and when you can make it, how you can make it? You see, many times people want different things. It may be that you like traveling, you don't like being stuck in cold England, or if you're in the US or wherever you're from tonight, maybe you like traveling external from that. Whatever your goals and whatever your dreams are, really as a platform can help that come to pass. Yeah. As well as that, it can also help maintain good health. It can also help your body to go and deal with things that it's dealing with now, naturally. So there's many reasons why somebody should look at Reliv. But whatever it is that you want, are you ready to do something about it? Because there's a difference between wanting something or wanting to do something. You see, if I'm ready to make a move, I'm going to make a move. If I'm not ready to make a move, I will say something, but I won't do it, and that's destructive. So you have to be prepared to make a move if you want something different in life. So what we're talking about with Reliv is the wellness industry. The wellness industry is a £1 trillion industry, yeah, or $1 trillion industry. And there are many, many good companies with good products out there in the wellness industry. Like I said, it's a massive industry. But in that industry, Reliv does stand out in terms of where we are in our research. From a business point of view, it's an affordable business that you can do. I'm talking about from an international basis. It's got products that people actually need. Yeah, and we'll go into that a little bit later, the reason why we're going to that. But from an income point of view, if you're looking at this from a business point of view, it is literally uncapped. You can earn whatever it is you want to earn based on what your own goals are, what your desires are, what your work ethic is like, and what you want to achieve, basically. So a bit about the company. The company was founded by a gentleman called Robert Montgomery and his wife, Sandra, over 30 years ago. How they formed the company was basically, Robert had a brain tumour. He was diagnosed with a brain tumour, and he had to have an operation to get the brain tumour out. Before he had the operation, 5 years previous to that, he was introduced to a gentleman by Dr. Theodore Calogris, and he got really good results on the product, and all of his family was on the product. And after he had that brain tumour, he recovered very quickly from it. And he attributed his fast recovery to the fact that over the last 5 years, his body had been prepared on this product. Now, Dr. Theodore took over 10 years to develop these products and over 850 formulations of different balances of food. So he was a brilliant scientist, but he was not a businessman. But Robert Montgomery was a seasoned businessman. He was a multi-millionaire. He built business within insurance, so he knew how to build business. And he wanted to take what he had experienced and bring it to the world. So they agreed on a business model to use, and that's how the company was founded over 30 years ago. So we believe we're nourishing people in both mind, body, and spirit. Robert Montgomery lived his life by a mandate, but if you can help people get what they want in life, then you will get what you want in life. And so there's a very specific type of person that will be attracted to this type of opportunity. Somebody who has a passion for helping other people, as well as people who want to change their situation. But it is a solid company. We're a member of the Direct Selling Association, so we're not self-governing. We do have external governing bodies in our activity. We're also part of the Council for Responsible, which is an external governing body making sure that companies in the wellness industry operate to a certain standard, have a certain code of ethics and stuff like that. We own our own manufacturing facilities and research and development, so we don't outsource to any third-party company to put our product on. We own all the processes. We are an international opportunity. We're in 16 countries at the moment. We are on a global expansion. It's 25 years of success, but we are 30 years old this year. So we're not a young startup. We've got a track record of success, and you can see all of the accreditations at the bottom in terms of what the company's achieved. We also have a foundation within the company called the Logos Foundation, which is a very, very important part of what we do. We actually feed over 40,000 people, mainly children, on a daily basis in over 270 feeding centres, and that's spanning over 9 countries. And the reason why that is in place is because Dr. Theodore, he had a mandate which was given to him by his father, which said, "Be ashamed to die until you've scored a victory for mankind." And that's one of the things that drove him. He was very much a humanitarian. And that's one of the things that drove him forward in terms of what we do. And so 97% of all donations to the Logos Foundation goes to those feeding centres. When you compare that to normal charities where the majority of the money goes into that doesn't happen with the Logos Foundation. And it's solely distributor supported. So it's a powerful part of what these are our Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Carl Hayes, and Dr. Alfredo Galvez. Dr. Carl, in his own right, has got over 9 patents. He's very well researched in our area of science, very well respected as a Chief Scientific Officer. In fact, he was ranked in the top 10 Chief Scientific Officers in the whole of the US, and that is cross-industry, and that is a massive achievement. Dr. Alfredo Galvez, you're going to hear about him a little bit later, but he's a world-renowned food scientist, and he discovered an ingredient which was the first ingredient shown to impact the body at what is known as the epigenetic level, which I'll talk about in a bit more. So why the need for supplementation? Because there are opinions out there. Some people think, well, I don't need to supplement because I can get everything I need from my food. Other people understand that you do need to supplement because our food chain is completely broken down nutritionally. But if you look at the facts, 75% of us are falling short of nutritional requirements. Yeah? The European Association recommends a balanced daily supplement for good health. There is such a link now between diabetes and obesity that they've had to create a new word called diobesity. Guys, this is just the reality of what is happening. So supplementation is not nice to have. Supplementation is essential for good health. And there's a correlation between people who supplement and people who don't in terms of their levels of health. So what is the really difference? Well, basically, our products are very bioavailable, they're synergistically put together, and they've got high quality nutrients. So bioavailability just means how your body can readily absorb something. Yeah? Because it doesn't matter if you put food in your mouth, if your body can't absorb it, your body can't use it. And so our product is extremely bioavailable. In fact, we get 98% absorption of our product within the first 20 minutes, which is absolutely massive. Yeah? Synergism, how the product's put together. You know the equation 1 + 1 = 2. But if you look at it from a synergistic point of view, 1 + 1 = 5. In other words, the compounded effect that you have by the ingredients gives you a greater result. Yeah. We have high quality nutrients. In fact, the suppliers that give us our ingredients have to supply us with what is known as a certificate of analysis that states that what the ingredients are all natural stuff, no synthetic stuff, it's all natural. And then when it comes into our manufacturing plant, it then goes through further verification before it goes into the manufacturing process. And a lot of things that go in place to make sure that it's all quality. Yeah, so it's all quality and guaranteed. So Reliv is unique. So in terms of out of all of our products, about half of the products own their own patent. That's why we're known as the home of patented nutrition. It's all plant-based. There's no animal products in there, so it's phytonutrient. So there's vitamins, minerals, selected enzymes, trace elements, all that kind of stuff. What you're seeing here, which says the exclusive Luna Rich. Now, Luna Rich is a powder that is exclusive to us. It is enriched with an ingredient called Lunacin. Now, if you can remember what I was telling you earlier on about Dr. Galvez, Dr. Galvez discovered an ingredient called Lunacin. Now, Lunacin is the first direct dietary ingredient to the body at the genetic level. And basically, what epigenetics means is just above the gene, which means that you can actually influence how certain genes express themselves. So turning healthy genes on and unhealthy genes off. So you can imagine from a health point of view the impact that that can have moving forward. Yeah. And Luna Rich is enriched with so much lunacin. There's no other powder on the planet with the amount of bioactive lunacin than we have in our products. And we have the global distribution rights to that. And that's why we get the results that we get with our products. Now, you don't have to be sick to take the products. We have Olympians on our products, professional footballers, rugby players, as you can see, all these people on our products. So everybody can take the products. In fact, the biggest message for me is not the fact that it helps with things that are going wrong in the body. The biggest message for me is prevention. Why wait for something to happen for you to have to deal with it when you can potentially prevent it from happening in the first place? That's the powerful message for me. Yeah. And so don't think you have to be sick to take the products. In fact, maintenance is far greater than problem solving. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can talk about these products all day. I mean, these are our core basic nutrition that we have in Europe. In the US, they've got more products, but these are the global products that have grown the global market, basically. So the basic nutrition is the Now or the Classic, and you take that with the Energize. The Energize over here comes in orange or lemon, and it basically increases the absorption of the vitamins and the minerals that are in the Now and the Energize. That's why they take it together. Then you have the Fiber Store, which has got over 9 grams of soluble and also insoluble fiber. So soluble fiber helps with the blood, the liver function and stuff like that. The insoluble fiber helps with the digestive tract. So blood sugar management, people with diabetes, all that kind of stuff. Fiber has been clinically proven to help manage those things, which is really powerful. Then we have the Kids Now, which is kind of similar to the adult. I said there's slightly different balances, and plus it's got omega-3, which is brain food for the children as well. And then we have the Luna Rich, which is a concentrated version of Lunacin, which comes in a capsule form. It's the only product that we do which is encapsulated. Everything else comes in shake form. And so those are our products. But what I want to do now is I want to invite a couple of people just to share their stories. Because like I said, I can talk about this all day. But it's not about me talking. It's about hearing the reality of what's happened to people. So first of all, I'm going to ask Adrian, if you can unmute your line and just share your health story. That would be brilliant, please. Can't hear you, Adrian.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. You're a bit low, though. You may have to turn up your volume.
All right. How do I do that? Hold on. How's it go? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you are a bit faint.
Will I shout?
Yeah, shout.
Hi, everybody. My name's Adrienne Bell. I'm from Northern Ireland. I'm a swimming specialist. And before Reliv, I had suffered fibromyalgia for 17 years. The worst symptoms were the chronic fatigue. had IBS, dry eyes, tension headaches, and really I felt I was ready to be rubbed out and drawn over again. I was in my mid-30s and I had 2 young children as well at the same time. So I was trying everything out of the health shop. It made very little difference. I was on a Stone Age diet and eating all the right things, swimming 30 lengths twice a week, and I was still deteriorating. So when I came across Reliv, I thought, well, if it doesn't do me any good, it can't do me any harm. I got results with sort of energy in a couple of days, which I dismissed as my imagination. Within 3 weeks, the water aerobics classes that I was taking at the time, the girls noticed the difference and wanted to know what I was taking. Within 6 months, a significant amount of the symptoms had disappeared. My eyesight had improved so much so that lenses, I needed to get my lenses lessened, and I had more energy, and gradually all the rest of the symptoms disappeared within about 12 months. So that gave me my life back, really. About 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with precancerous cells in my womb, and they wanted to do a major hysterectomy, which I kindly declined. Opted for a second biopsy and flooded my body with the products in the 6 weeks in between. They couldn't find any precancerous cells at that second biopsy. And just 2 years ago, I broke my wrist, the last Sunday in November. Got the plaster off, the second plaster off must have been about the middle of January. And they told me it'd be anything between July and December before I would have full use of my, luckily it was my left wrist. And the physio dismissed me by the end of April, that he couldn't do anything more for me, that it was as well as he could. You know, it just couldn't get any better with his health, basically. I got there sort of a couple of months earlier than the minimum. So for all those reasons, I'll never stop taking these products. Brilliant.
Thank you, Adrian. Thanks for sharing. It was a bit low. Hopefully everybody could hear you. I know it was a little bit low, but hopefully everybody could hear you. Okay. I'm going to ask now, Najat, can you come in? Can you share your story, please, Najat, if possible?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me okay, Jason?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Najat. I live in Sheffield in the UK. I'm a mother of 3 now. Forgot one. And my background is in dental technician. I've been with Reliv now for over 4 years. I was very, very skeptical at the beginning, but after seeing the amazing results my husband got on the product with his migraine that he had for over 20 years, I changed my mind. I thought I'll have to give it a try. I used to suffer from a constipation that I developed, very severe constipation. I developed through pregnancy. Doctor said everything will go back to normal after birth. Unfortunately, that wasn't for me. After birth, it kept on getting worse and worse. I tried everything my doctor asked me. They used to give me a drink called lactulose to help, and they told me to change some things in my diet, but unfortunately nothing worked. And also I used to have back pain, again, that I developed because of the epidural that I took during birth twice. It was preventing me from doing my daily task at home. I remember I used to argue with my husband about a Hoover. I used to always say, why don't you buy me a new one? But unfortunately, the Hoover used to work fine. The problem was on my back. I also used to suffer from fatigue. I tried the product. On the first 2 weeks, I started noticing some change with my mood and energy, and after 4 weeks my constipation started to ease, and well, 4 years on, or over 4 years now, I no longer suffer from any constipation, from any back pain or any fatigue. And the real test for me was 2017 on my 3rd pregnancy. I was waiting for the constipation then, but I was on this Reliv shakes, of course, and I had no constipation through my pregnancy, no afterwards. I didn't have any back pain, not before or during birth or after, which was great. We are so blessed that we have this product, and it will be part of our diet for always. And the best thing, Jason and everyone, is safe, because I was using it when I was pregnant. Also during breastfeeding, little baby's on it since 3 months. She's nearly 2 years now. So this product will be part of our life for always.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Najat. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. I was hoping that Victoria is on because but I can't see her. Is she here? Okay, she's not here. Okay. Well, Faith, if I get you to share your story, Faith, while you're there.
Hear me, Jason?
I can hear you, yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name's Faith. I live in Northampton. My background is in administration. I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis. And when I started taking Reliv and I was consistent, I noticed that I was getting really good sleep, which is huge because when you've got arthritis and you turn one side and the other at night, you don't sleep well. I noticed also that my energy levels improved, and then gradually my arthritic pains reduced to the point where I didn't need my painkillers anymore. This year, I'm officially a pensioner. I'm 65 this year. I certainly don't feel it. I've got the energy of someone many years younger than myself. So why would I stop taking these products when I feel as well as I do?
Wow. And you don't look anywhere close to that. Well, guys, we've literally got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stories that we could be sharing with you in terms of what this product has done for people. Yeah, but I'm very mindful of your time, and I do want to respect that. And so I'm gonna move on. But just imagine if you was the one who helped any one of these people on these products, how would you feel? Helping a mother get her life back in terms of back pain and being able to put her kids on the product. Adrian Bell with precancerous cells. I mean, how many people, that would have scared a lot of people. But guys, we have something in our hands that is powerful. So even though I'm going to be talking to you about the business opportunity now, understand this. The only reason why we have a business opportunity is because these products are so powerful. Yeah, and the way we get the products into as many people as possible is by people like yourself and myself building a business, because we can only do so much by ourselves. But you know, I don't know if you've ever heard this phrase: one will drive 1,000, but two will put 10,000 to flight. And so when we work together as a team, you can do a lot more. So in terms of business, it's a very low startup cost. Yeah, very low startup cost in terms of business. And it's not like traditional business where you have to invest thousands and thousands, and 95% of those businesses will fail within the first 5 years anyway. So this is a very low startup cost, it's very low risk, and it's also got a 100% money back guarantee even on the startup cost. So you're not risking that much. You decide when you want to work, where you want to work, and how you want to work. Now, I am not going to insult anybody's intelligence and say this is easy, because anybody tells you something is easy, they're lying to you, because anything that you do in life is going to cause you to put some effort in. And there's too many messages out there that says, come and do this, it's easy, you don't have to do nothing and you'll make millions in 2 weeks. I'm not telling you that, because that's just a bunch of hype, it's a bunch of lies, and you've probably heard it all before. Yeah, I'm telling you the reality. This is a business that if you were willing to put the effort in, it will pay you for the rest of your life. And you will change lives of people you haven't even met yet. Because remember, you have no boss, there's no employees. We don't employ people, we empower them. You don't have to worry about learning everything and reinventing the wheel. We have a proven system. And it's a very simple system. It's a system that is duplicatable, because if something is complicated, people will not do it. If something is simple, people will do it all day long. So our system is very, very simple. And so let me show you how we get paid, first of all, because there's 5 different ways in which we get paid. And I'll go through the first one, which is retail. Now, we understand about retail profit because we go into shops all the time. Shop owner bought their product at a wholesale price, put their retail markup on it, sold it to us, made their profit. Well, in the same way, you can come on board this business anywhere between 20 and 40%. It is completely up to you where you come on board. Now, guys, if I said to you, I will pay you £20 an hour, or for the same work and effort, I'm going to pay you £40 an hour, what would you choose? Yeah? You don't have to unmute and tell me, just think about that. What would you choose? Most people are going to choose 40%, because most people want to get paid the most amount of money for their time commitment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with the 40% level for the sake of this presentation, because I want to show you how to maximize what you're doing. So let's say you share £100 worth of product with either friend, relative or neighbor. Now, you're not limited to these people, guys. You can share it with whoever you want to share it with. But if these products are as powerful as we say they are, and you had a relative or a friend or a neighbor who was struggling in any area that you heard tonight, wouldn't it only be natural to want to share them, tell them about something that could potentially help them? In fact, I would go as far as to say, if you were not willing to share it, that kind of speaks more about your character than anything else, because most people want to share good news, yeah? And so, yes, I understand that we're selling a product, but the reality is we're sharing hope in terms of the information with people that are struggling, yeah? Now, if you do that, yeah, so, and you sell £100 of a product, you're going to make £40 profit straight away, yeah? Now, again, everybody's a potential customer. You heard Najat say that her children have been on these products since they were 3.5 months old. The oldest person I know that's been on this product has been 108 years old. My friend's mother, called Herbert Washington, over in the US, 108 years old. She died last November, and she was only on medication in her last year of life. Before then, she was on the Reliv products for over 14 years. So anybody can take these products, yeah? So this is the first way we get paid. The second way we get paid is called wholesale profit. Now, what's going to happen, some of these people are going to stay on the product because they're getting really, really good results. Other people are going to want to join you in the business. Not everybody does, because not everybody's entrepreneurial, and that's fine. Everybody can do what they want to do, but some people will want to join you. Now, not everybody joins you at the top profit level, which is known as master affiliate, because obviously that's a business investment. Not everybody has the resources to invest at that level straight away. But let's say they came on board at the middle level, which is known as fast start. This is where you're at the 25% profit level, yeah? Now, the company always gives out 40% on everything that goes out the door. So they understand, here you are at the 40% level, your new business partner is at the 25% level. There is a 15% difference between the two of you. So that 15% is going to go to you. That's called wholesale profit. Yeah. So if they came on board at the 20%, obviously you would have got the 20% difference. If they came on board at the 35%, you would have got the 5% difference. Yeah. So it's always the difference between your profit level and the profit level of your business partners. Now, what's going to happen is your new business partner is going to want to get from 25% to 40% as quickly as they can, so they can maximize what they're doing as well. So as they plug into the system, which is simple and duplicatable, what happens is they get customers, they get distributors, more volume starts going through their organization, which starts pushing them up the profit levels until they get to 40%. Yeah. Now, once they're at 40%, they unlock a lot more bonuses. They unlock stuff like residual income. Now, I want to put it into perspective for you. We all understand about residual bills. Yeah, these are bills that come in every single month. Yeah, so you're always going to pay your mortgage. You're always going to pay your electricity. You're going to pay your gas. It's a standard. We don't think about it. That's what we do. But why not be in a position where you can have residual income? That is income that will come in with or without you. This is what you unlock at the master affiliate level. Yeah, and so at the master affiliate level, you've kind of taken all the ceilings away from your income cap now. So let me show you what I mean. So here you are at the top profit level. Let's say that the person who you got into the business was called Susan. The reality of Susan being at the top profit level would be Susan and her group doing about £2,000 worth of business. Now, let me help you to understand where that is coming from. I mean, any personal purchases that Susan does, any distributors that Susan has who are not already at the top profit level, any of their customers and distributors, and any of Susan's customers, all of that volume adds up to the £2,000. So you can imagine, with a small group of people working, £2,000 is not a big figure to hit. But the company understand that Susan would not have got there without you. They also understand that you're going to continue to work with Susan. So after company profits, they're going to pay you 8%, yeah, of everything that Susan does. Now, Susan goes away, speaks to Jim. Jim may be over in America. Again, the system is a global system. It's a simple system, and Jim just plugs into that in America, gets to the top profit level. The company's now going to give you 6%. Yeah, you see, you're not getting the 8% any longer because Jim is working closer with Susan than with you. But Jim would not have got into the business without you. That's why you're getting the 6%. Yeah. Jim goes away, speaks to Wendy over in Australia. The same scenario, 4% the company's going to give you. Yeah. Maria may be in Mexico, 3%, and Bill may be in the UK, 2%. Now, what you may be noticing is these percentages are going lower, but the reality is, on the lower levels, you're actually making more money because you have more people involved. Now, if you want to maximize what you're doing, you're going to open up more human franchises. And what I mean by that is, we all know McDonald's, don't we? McDonald's, maybe not the most healthiest food out there, but it's one of the largest food franchises. Now, Ray Kroc, who started McDonald's, when they asked him, what is your business model? He did not say selling burgers. He said, my business model is real estate. In other words, he wanted a McDonald's franchise in every major city in the world. And because he done that, guess what happened to his burger sales? They skyrocketed. And so what you're looking at with us is human franchising. So if you want to have more sales of product, then you open up more human franchises. So if you just mentored Susan and you developed a team by mentoring Susan and you wanted to make more money, then obviously you're going to go and find more Susans. So let me show you the power of multiplication. Here you are. Now let's say instead of just finding one Susan, you find 3 Susans. Now everybody's only doing £2,000 as a group, like I mentioned earlier. But now you have £6,000 going for your organisation. The company's going to give you 8% of that, which is £480. Now, because everybody's plugging into the system, what's going to happen is they're going to go away, and eventually, by plugging into the same system they plugged into to get started in the first place, they're going to find 3 people as well, eventually. Yeah. Now, it may not be in the same time frame, but eventually they're going to find 3 people. What's going to happen now is you're going to have 9 people on your second level, 18,000 going for your organisation. 6% of that is £1,080. So already you're over £1,500 of residual income coming in. Now, I'm showing you this as a realistic plan to build financial freedom moving forward. I'm not saying that this is going to happen in 2 weeks. I'm not saying it's going to happen in 2 months. Yeah. If it took you 1 year to find 3 serious people that wanted to change their life, and it took them 1 year to find their own 3 serious people, then you could be looking at a realistic 5-year plan. Yeah. But let me show you how things can develop. Because now, on your 3rd level, by duplication, and remember, the only reason why this is duplicating is because it's simple. But now, on the 3rd level, you've got 27 people. But now, 54,000 is going for your organisation. 4% of that, £2,160. So you're already over £4,000 a month. So let's say, even if this was your 3rd year in business, £4,000 a month, every single month, coming in because of the activity that you started. Yeah. But now it's not going to stop there, because on your 4th level, you're going to have 81 people. Now, let me ask you a question. Could you guys physically mentor and train 81 people by yourself? Probably not. But could you mentor 3 people? Yeah? Think about this. If you could mentor 3 people using the same system, don't you think it'd be a little bit arrogant to think that you could mentor those 3 people, but those 3 people couldn't mentor their own? Yeah. Well, for that reason, you'd have 81 people going in your organisation. 162,000 going for your organisation. 3% of that, £4,860. On your final level, not only would you have 243 people in your team, not only would your business be producing 486,000 on that level alone, but the company will be giving you 2% of that, which is £9,720. Now, these figures here, they don't replace each other. They're actually accumulative. So within a 5-year period, there is a potential monthly income here of £18,300. Now, normally when you show that figure to people that are not used to seeing that money, they think, oh, yeah, right. I haven't just come off the boat. Yeah, they think it's not real. And it's simply because to a lot of people, that's like a yearly salary. But what I would say to you is it's time to start thinking outside of the box, yeah? Because if you don't think outside of the box, that same box will hold you back. Because just because you haven't achieved something now doesn't necessarily mean you can't achieve it. All it means is that you haven't achieved it yet. But if you're willing to go out and help people, if you're willing to be teachable, then there is absolutely nothing from stopping you from achieving this. Now, the fourth way we get paid is called cash bonuses and trips. Now, the company are very big on cash bonuses. We have got a way of showing a new person how to earn their first cash bonus. Now, the first cash bonus check may be a small check, but that small check and how to earn that check is going to be the foundation that's going to build to the bigger checks. And you can earn anywhere up to £1,500 in bonuses alone every single month. Yeah. There's also trips. The company are big on sending people away to trips. So we've been to places like Hawaii, Monte Carlo, Mexico. We've got a promotion that just started this month that is running for 6 months for an all-expense trip to Croatia. And so that's an exciting trip that people are working towards. There was a Dubai trip. We was in Sicily last year. So if you like to travel, then Reliv will help you to travel, and it's all fully expensed. Yeah. And so that's a powerful form of payment as well. And many people have been on Reliv trips. I mean, if I said to people in the room on the Zoom who have been on the Reliv trip, people's hands will come up. Yeah, but in the knowledge of time, I'm not going to do that because I am mindful of what you guys' time. But then the final way we get paid is called the ambassador program. Now, basically, as an ambassador, the company understands that you have the ability to teach and train people because you've done it, and they want to pay you for your knowledge. And so any one of the 16 countries where there are distributors that need to be mentored and trained, the company will potentially fly you out to that country, pay for you to do the training, yeah, pay for obviously your flight and your accommodation, they'll fly you back home. You see, they understand that you have the ability to do it because you've done it, so they want to pay you for that. But there's also more cash bonus in there. There's car allowance program in there. There's a jewelry program in there involving Rolex watches and rings and bracelets and all that kind of nice stuff. There's a health insurance program in there. It's all good stuff. But what I want you guys to understand is this company truly believe in a principle known as sowing and reaping. In other words, they understand if they invest in individuals' lives, not only are those individuals going to grow, but the company overall is going to continue to prosper as well. So they will pay you for that. So that's the final way we get paid. Now, look, I want you to look at this slide for a second. It says what people need the most: personal freedom, financial freedom, maintaining well-being. Every single one of us can relate to that. But let me ask you the question today. If I said to you today, are you living your dream or are you just paying your bills? What would you say? Yeah, most people say paying my bills. When I ask this, wherever I ask it, whether or not I ask it in the UK, the US, or in Europe, it's always the same. It's like a crescendo, paying my bills, like that's standard. Yeah, but let me tell you something. Your life is a bigger sum total than you just paying your bills. But what happens to people in life is when you're younger, you've got all these dreams, you've got all these goals and aspirations that you want to achieve. I mean, speak to any child and ask them what they want to achieve. They'll tell you, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a scientist, I want to be a doctor, I want to do this, I want to do that. But then as you track that child's life and all the challenges that child goes through schooling, people talking negative to them, saying, you're not going to achieve this, you're not going to achieve that. And then they actually start believing what people are saying. That same child that had all the dreams when they were younger, when they get to an age of 17, 18, 19, they just resolve themselves to the fact that I'm just going to go and get a 9 to 5, work from 9, come back at 5, get my check, and that's all good. Yeah, because what happens is when you get fought down so badly, people then start pushing their dreams further and further and further and further to the back of their head until they're no longer dreaming. They're just surviving. They're just treading water. Yeah, because they think, well, at least I'm not drowning. But guys, life doesn't have to be like that. Yeah, life doesn't have to be like that. If you could literally do whatever you wanted to do in life, think about, and money was not an option, do you really think you'd punch in at 9 and leave at 5? No, yeah? But you know something, people do that week in, week out, year in, year out. Work their job till they're 65, well now it's 70 in the UK. Retire, get their pension, then they realize they can't actually survive on their pension, so then they have to get a part-time job to supplement their pension. I mean, tell me, guys, does life have to be like that? I personally don't believe it does, but we're a sum total of our choices. You are where you are today because of the choices that you made up until this point. Wherever you're going to be 5 years from now, it's going to be because of the choices that you make from this point, yeah? So there are 3 types of people that will see this presentation. First type of person will look at the presentation and say, well, the products sound good, but the business is just not for me. And if that is where you're at, that's absolutely fine because everybody has the right to make that choice, yeah? But I'm sure that you would agree with me when I say most people either want to look younger, live longer, or be healthier, yeah? So the products are very relevant. I mean, worst case scenario, you get your money back. There's 100% money back guarantee. Best case scenario, you take something that's going to impact your life. Or maybe you're thinking about 4 or 5 people you know needs these products. But if that's the case, you may want to consider distributor because you get enough product for about 4 or 5 people. You can take a set yourself, which is important because you need to be a product of the product. You can't be telling people this is the best nutrition they need to be taking, but you're not taking it. That's called hypocrisy. Yeah. So you need to be a product of the product. Yeah. But also you can start sharing, you can start using the system, you can start building gradually and getting to that top profit level. Yeah. Because the top profit level is definitely where you want to be. And but if you have actually seen something, I mean, you didn't know what to expect. Somebody invited you on this Zoom call tonight. You didn't really know what to expect. But you've seen something. The penny has dropped, and you say to yourself, "I want to maximize what I'm doing. I have a passion for people. I am teachable, and I can follow some simple processes. And I want to get to those trips and the bonuses and all the nice things that you've been hearing about. And if you're ready to go out and do it, then without a doubt, you may want to consider Master Affiliate. Yeah, because again, you position yourself in the strongest position to make the most amount of money for your time commitment. You're at the top profit level straight away. You'll hit the ground running. But believe me, any decision to join Reliv is a good one. So wherever you come on board, we will help you to get to that top profit level anyway, because that's our focus. But this is what you've been shown today. This is the whole sum of what you're asked to see today. Yeah. Now, I'm going to go through the entry points a little bit later for people who want to know the entry points. But right now, I want to open it up for any questions that people may have. So any Q&A that people may have, if you've got any specific question that you need answering, now's your time for me to answer it for you. And then afterwards, I'll show you what it takes to come into the business. So has anybody got a question that they want to ask? If nobody has a question, that makes it a lot easier. I can go straight into the entry points. Any questions? No? Brilliant. I like this audience. Okay, let me go straight into the entry points into the business then. Okay, there's basically 3 entry points into the business. There's a top level, middle level, and bottom level. So I'll go from the top down. Yeah, so the first entry point is known as Master Affiliate. This is where, you're positioning yourself in the top profit level. All the bonuses, all that kind of stuff is really available to you at the top profit level. It is a business investment. Now, there are 2 ways to get to Master Affiliate. You can either invest, like I'm going to show you now, or you can build up. If you wanted to invest, you're probably looking at an investment of around about £2,700 because you're actually going to get product with that. But the company actually insured the investment by giving you 100% money back guarantee for 12 months. So for whatever reason, a person wants to leave the business for whatever reason, the company say just send back any unopened product and we'll give you 100% of the money that you spent for it. So you're not losing out in that regard. Yeah. Now, most people who do that, they're going to stick it on some kind of vehicle, Visa, MasterCard, business loan of some sort. It's just the easiest way to get access to that kind of money. I mean, most people haven't got £2,700 just sitting around waiting. Yeah. Now, for most people who are not used to doing business, when you mention that, sometimes they think, uh-oh, debt. And the reason why most people think that way is because, unfortunately, most people have been conditioned to get into debt using credit. So if you see what the average person spends their credit on, you'll see cars, computer equipment, holidays, all these things that are designed to lose you money. The only people that are winning in those scenarios are the credit card companies because of compounded interest. But there's a difference between a good debt and a bad debt. So let me give you an example. Let's say you bought a house for £180,000. Effectively, you put yourself in £180,000 worth of debt over 25 years. But if you sold that house for 240,000, say 3 years down the line, you've actually made £60,000 on a £180,000 debt. That means that was a good debt. Yeah, if you bought a car for 17,000, try and sell it 2, 3, 4 years down the line, you'll probably get 8, 9,000. You've lost money on that. Yeah, so if you're ever going to use credit, make sure the credit makes you money and not loses you money. The reason why the master affiliate order is classed as a good debt is because built into that master affiliate order is a retail profit of around about £1,300. So that's how much you make on top of getting your investment back. Yeah, the reason why it's more fluid to put on a card is because most of these card companies are going to give you an interest-free period of anywhere between 12 to 15 months before they charge you any interest at all. They also give you what is known as a gardening period. It's basically just a period of time before you have to make your first payment. It's normally between 30 to 60 days. So if somebody is sensible and smart, and I would only encourage somebody to do this if they were serious, yeah, you could come on board at that level. We work with you to an 8-week plan. Within 8 weeks, you can be in a position where you paid off that money, made your profit, even before you've had to make your first payment because of that gardening period. Yeah. So literally, you've used someone else's money to get you where you needed to be. So that, I mean, even the business would always pay for itself from day one anyway, because just as long as you get more than 2 customers, you would meet your minimum payment anyway. But we just want to pay that off as quickly as possible. Yeah. Obviously, you've got all the cash bonuses and the £1,500 bonus that you can earn every month that you're opening yourself up to. That's that way. But if you haven't got the resources to come on board at that level, then what you would do, you come on board at the next level down, which is known as Fast Start. This is where you'd have enough product for around about 3 or 4 people. It's £193. And our focus would be to help you to get to that master affiliate level as quickly as possible. And so what we would do is, first of all, show you how to get your first bonus check as a Fast Start. And then by helping you get that first bonus check as a Fast Start, we will help you to create the volume that will then get you to the master affiliate level. And it's a very simple process. It's a 3-step process that will create you from where you are now to the master affiliate level. And if you went to work, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing stopping you from doing that within 1 month. Yeah. The final entry point into the business is where you're a normal distributor, 20%. You don't get any product. You get your distributor kit, sign up into the system. You're at 20% level. Now, from a business point of view, probably not the smartest move to make. The reason why I say that is if you came on board at that level and you wanted to get to the next level up, you would have to do £350 worth of business volume in 1 calendar month, which would move you from the 20% level to the 25% level. But the thing is, if you was at the Fast Start level, you'd already be at the 25% level for £193. So you're saving yourself over £100 by coming on board at the Fast Start level rather than coming on board at the bottom level. And that's why I said from a business point of view, not the smartest move to make, but I do have to mention it because it is an entry point. For those of you who are in the US, slightly different. Yeah, if you come on board at the distributor level, yeah, which is 10%, but then as you're building your business, the moment your accumulative volume goes over $500, you automatically get upgraded to the 25%. Yeah, and then from there you build and build and build until you get to the master affiliate level. So those are the entry points into the business, guys. I mean, you get back to the person who invited you onto this Zoom call and they can get you started. But for those of you who really see this and you really want to get started, for those of you who want to take massive action and get started, I've got some bonuses for you. Yeah, a couple of bonuses that if you get started, for those of you who get started tonight, let me know what your RCN number is once you get started so I can then give you access to those bonuses. And these bonuses that I'm going to give you are going to help you to build your business even quicker. Yeah. So for those of you who make a decision after tonight, you are going to get some of the bonuses, but not all of them. Yeah. There's going to be some extra bonuses tonight for people who take quick action. But for those who don't, you're still going to get some bonuses that are going to help you build your business, but it just won't be as much as the people that come on board tonight. So, but whoever comes on board, I look forward to working with you. And literally, let's go out and change as many lives as possible, guys. And so that's the presentation. I'm going to unmute the lines. If you have got any questions, now's the time to ask, because I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We're back here. Okay, I'm not sharing my screen now. If anyone has got questions, please ask away. I've unmuted. Unmute. Some of you are still muted. Mute. Cool. I think I'm unmuted. Yes.
You're unmuted.
Okay. Any questions?
I call you back, cause.
Okay.
Go on.
Guys, if you haven't got any questions, I am going to end the call. But if you have got questions, I'm here to answer them.
Oh, hi. Oh, that's my sister.
Hey, hi.
People from America, Ryan. Okay.
How are you? I'm watching from Turks and Caicos.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay. From where? Sorry.
Interested? I want to join it.
Okay. Well, we can get you started, and like I said, there's some bonuses that I'm going to give you that will help you to build your business.
That's my other friend.
Okay. And who's this lady? Is that Vivian?
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Where are you dialing in from?
Turks and Caicos.
Okay. Texan. Okay.
Yes.
So, and we have someone else. Vivian, where are you dialing in from? Can you hear me, Vivian?
Liz, where are you?
In Wales.
Wales.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And there's another lady, Harriet. Where are you dialing in from?
US. She's from the US.
And the US as well. So we got a lot of US people in today.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, what I would encourage you to get back to the person who invited you on. If you want to get started, I'm going to quickly share my screen with you to show you the process of getting started. It's very, very simple. Yeah. And so you would literally go to share my screen again. Go to my internet. Right. You literally go to, if you're in the UK, you go to reliv.co.uk. Yeah, and when you reliv.co.uk, you would literally go to where it says login, and then you would either say request a distributor. You go to account, and then you would click fast start, and then you just fill in this form. So the person who invited you on the call, you get their distributor number, and you put it in there, put it there again, and fill that form. And then you'll be signed up in the business. Just make sure that this here says 25%, because sometimes it defaults to 20. Make sure it's at 25%. So that's how you do it in the UK. If you're in the US, you'll go to reliv.com. Yeah, you go to reliv.com, go to join, and then become a distributor. And again, you will need the person who invited you. You need their RC and their distributor number, and then you fill in the form. Yeah. So you come here, join as a distributor, click here, and then you just fill in that form. Put their distributor number there and fill it in, the social security number, and then you're in. So get back to the person who invited you on the call tonight, and then once you're in, let me know your distributor number so I can then give you access to the bonuses. Very, very, very important. Yeah, so for now, the only thing left for me to say is welcome to Reliv International. And if no one's got any questions, I will end. So no questions? Final chance. Excellent. Guys, have a great night, and I will speak to you guys very soon again. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.